Here we are on Fox Run Farm. I've recently been watching a lot of Mr. Greg Judy's videos about how to improve pasture. Got some sheep this year. You can see one up there grazing in the gravel. And I had already had the idea about getting round bales and spreading them out on the land, because I'd accidentally found out that when I put some old scrap hay on a muddy dog run, and clover grew in that shaded area the next year, deep, wonderful red clover and some ladino. So I had went and scavenged 14 large round bales of mulch hay for free this year, and I'm just now getting to spreading those out on this horrible, poor pasture. And as you can see, we basically just have, it was an old pine grove, and it's real acidic soil. We have no real good grass here. There's some Korean lespedeza that I didn't know that I had. Mostly moss underneath all this. Over there is going to be the left side paddock. We're going to clear out a good bit of those trees, all the pine, and that is going to be the ram paddock until we can get some graze established there. And we do have some clover. I've been systematically overseeding with clover up in the orchard and around the garden area for the chickens. But all this strip down through here is mostly moss, as you can see. I'll come in here real close. You can see the moss and just really scanty grass and clover within that. This year we seem to have been taken over with smartweed everywhere. Up in all the paths, up on the ridge and behind the meadow there, and smartweed everywhere. And so it's kind of taken over even some of the bad stuff. But I'm going to spread out all this hay this winter, and we're going to establish some high tensile fencing paddocks here. Eventually I'd like to spread down into that area, thin out some of the trees, and do a paddock down this whole strip up here to the house. Currently it gets mowed. My mother likes everything to look like a golf course, and unfortunately that's not good for the grass. So trying to convince her to turn all this into pasture, and instead of putting money in it to mow grass off, we can make some money in it by growing more grass and then putting more sheep on it. And I'd like to edge out into those woods there, about, I don't know, good 50 yards into those woods with the back of the fence, so that the sheep have plenty of browse down here. And we're going to employ Mr. Judy's methods of regenerative farming on here to try to get some good graze for these sheep. Currently they have nothing, just mowed, horrible grass, and they're still managing to stay pretty chunky on it, as you can see. Rose walking through there, but not the level of muscling and layers of fat that I'd like to see. So there's our big wood pile. Have yet to split that. Here it is, the middle of 1st of October, and I'm still not done with my wood getting. So that's the beginning. We are at the beginning of a new thing, and I hope and pray that it. See, you've got stacks of pallets over there that I got for free at a local sheet metal place. Big old skids we're going to use for the back of our fence out in the woods for the sheep. Big, heavy things, but free. So here we are at the beginning of a new thing, and we'll see what this looks like by the end of next spring. There's my good hunting cat Molly. Maybe we can turn this into something quite different. I hope you guys enjoy watching the transition. God bless you all.